Okay, today we are on module 4. Okay, so in this module today we're going to learn about copywriting, how to write your listing, especially when you want to list on Amazon. There's a lot of competitors, and later I'll show you why some of why some of the books will not really sell very well, due to the fact that they actually word it not in a very appealing way. Nobody actually reads the ads or the listing that you're writing, because people read what they are interested in, and also usually those that interest them, we need to speak in a language that they understand. So first of all, you need to write the title of your book. So step 1, you can refer to the Excel spreadsheet that you have done your research to give a rough idea on how your competitors set up their listing title. And number 2, you can look at the competitors that sell similar book like yours. And then step 3, focus on one main keywords, and try not to have more than one main keywords inside the title. So later I'll give you a demo. And step 4, make sure that your target audience is looking for a solution, and make sure you give them the solution. And this way you will get them to click on the book title. So let's take a look at some example now. Okay, let me go to Amazon. Okay, let's search for a title. Let's say I'll give another example. Okay, shooting logbook. Maybe for example this one, shooting logbook. Okay, let's see. So you can see from this particular areas, the list of books that appear here when I do the search. You can see that actually the books that sell very well, you can see based on the reviews, is wording it in a way differently from this. Okay, so first of all, let's go into this particular book that sold quite a lot. I think they sold more than 100. Okay, first of all, I need you to look at the dates. The dates over here. It shows that this book was published like 3 years ago, like 2018 to from now is about 3 years ago. So last time when you publish a book, right, you can do all these things. This is called keyword stuffing. Right now, this type of keyword stuffing will no longer work on Amazon search algorithm already. So this person, basically what he's trying to do is he go and stuff through all the words that are highly searched, and then he put it into the subtitle. So anything after the dot is called the subtitle, and anything before the dot is called the main title, or the title of the book. So the title of the book is correct, which is shooting logbook. This is very accurate. However, the words that's behind, all these are keyword stuffing. So this is not a very good example to follow. So let's look at selling even more than this guy. Let's say, okay, let's go back. So for example, let's take a look at this one, this book. Okay, this is interesting also. Just to take a look at this book. Okay, you can see that from this book, the title itself is dope, where basically there isn't much of a meaning. Probably there's a meaning to people who learn or know how to shoot. However, the title and the subtitle is so short, and this person managed to sell a lot more than the other person. And due to the fact that this was published back in 2017, however, this book also they did not stuff the title, and yet at the same time they can get a lot of sales. So it means that the keyword stuff into the title itself doesn't make a lot of sense. How about this one? For example, this book. This is another book that sold recently. I mean, not very recent, but almost like 2 years, 1 year ago. You can see that this book itself is trying to follow the previous book by putting in all the title itself, all the keywords itself, all the secondary keywords, or the keywords that a lot of people click on. And you can see that this book actually is not very readable. It's not readable at all. So the book that you want to publish is somewhat must be readable. And of course, when someone is to buy from you, is actually a human being. It's not a robot that buy from you. And look at the description here. Is like one chunk of description that we don't really know or want to read on. It doesn't appeal to the customer itself. So I won't say that this is a good listing, because there's a lot of element that's missing from here. So let me see this one. Okay, this is another book selling slightly more expensive, $8.99. Okay, this book is roughly quite similar to what currently my team is doing. First of all, they have a good title. This unlike the rest of the people. This title is quite good, quite interesting. And then they have a title that is appealing. That means this is telling people that this is a shooting logbook that to track your ammo hand loading progress. So this is solving the problems. This one spells out what this book is about. Is to solve the tracking of your ammo hand loading process. So this book actually speaks to the buyer. Next, let's take a look at the listing description itself. This is a listing description. So you can see that this person have a bold text over here. This is called H2 text or a bold text. This will get attention of the buyer, followed by a short description of what this notebook actually does and the book's specifications. Okay, so this part, this person did well in the title, the subtitle, the description title, and the book specification, but he's missing out one very, very important thing. Okay, so let's go back to the our PowerPoint. I'll show it to you what is missing. So writing out your subtitle, the subtitle itself, when you start to publish it, Amazon will tell you it's optional, but I can tell you it's not optional. It is actually a must if you want to succeed in this business. It's also your hook to get your target audience to click on your book. And you need to keep it short and simple. I told you just now, I showed you it must be less than 45 characters to be more effective. So recommended format is that for the subtitle is to have a secondary keywords and the hook. So let's take a look back to the listing itself. Just now we were looking at this listing. Shooting logs appear once already. Shooting log books. Okay, so this is a secondary keyword. So this person decided to put this as secondary keywords. Shooting log is the first main keyword that the person put in. Okay, not reload, because reloading can be anything. So let's go back. And for example, the planner may, example, let's talk about this planner, the subtitle. This planner helps any travelers save time and money without referencing any travel book again. Okay, so what I'm trying to word into this subtitle, for example, I'm selling a planner that helps traveler. So I want to put in a subtitle that actually helps somebody to understand what he's buying. So I can also shorten, this is a bit too long, can shorten it to say that, okay, shorten this phrase, you can say that the planners help traveler to save money and time without any travel book. Okay, so this one also can be act as a hook for the buyers to click on. Another good example is that the key to successful retirement, this is the title. Okay, I just give you another example. This is the title. It's a retirement book. So for retirement book, you can look at the interior, how they set it up. But the subtitle, look at this subtitle. So what am I selling? I'm selling that if you buy this book, you can stay happy, active and productive in your retired years. So this retirement book basically help the retired person to plan out like what to do, where to travel, what to eat, all this, or what things that he want to enjoy. So this is the book that speaks to the person. So the traveler planner example is that New York City travel organizers and vacation. So this is this title and the subtitle I take directly from Amazon itself, and I actually know that this book sells quite well. So this one basically zoomed out into New York City. It's telling you that I only targeting New York City people. Okay, it's a very narrow niche. However, this book sells very well. There's another thing is that to take note, for example, there is also this type of title whereby the planner for 28 trips, checklist, tip itinerary, notes, much more. Okay, so this type of title basically is telling the buyer what is expected without putting too much keyword. But if you put too much keyword, the title will look like this. Checklist, tip itinerary, etc. and then with the ... Okay, this type of title is not effective at all. So don't write this type of title. It basically will put you behind the rest of the people that's doing the same thing. For example, this one, Adventure Begins, journal for road trips, traveling, vacation, camping, or any adventure to be remembered. Okay, so this type of title is good. However, I would say that it's a bit too long, and you need to shorten it. What book am I buying actually? Is it a journal for trips? Is it a journal for traveling? Is it a journal for vacation? Or is it a journal for camping? or it can be anything like what he say, any adventure. So we want title to be very precise so that you speak to that one person. Because you speak to many people, end up nobody will buy. Next, we go to our description. So I have a formula for you to write a good description. This is called the Quest formula. Okay, I actually learned it somewhere. So I just want to take this method, this formula, and put it into Amazon. Description on Amazon, which is this one. Let's go back to the listing. So this is called the description area. All this description itself will not be picked up by Amazon search, meaning that if I type something that your description talk about, it will never show your listing on this search the result at all. Okay, so it will not be indexed. Only the title and subtitle will be indexed by Amazon search. So for our organic ranking on Google, yes, Google, when you search for the book, the description part will come out. So that's why when we target this formula, we want to target people that do a search on Amazon and found this book. So let me just give you an example on Google itself. Okay, this is Google. So for example, I'm looking for a wedding journal. Okay, I'm sure that I have some listing from Amazon itself. So for example, this listing is from Amazon. Amazon site will give you the search result. Google site give you the search result with the description and also the ratings and the reviews. So this part actually is the one that we want to target. Look at the one that's in bold. So this is the keyword wedding. This is the keyword journal. Bridal, okay, bridal itself also. So this one will give you the edge so that people, when they search, right, they saw that your description actually contain the keyword that they want and they will click on this. And when your buyer click on this, it's free. You don't need to pay any money. So this is the important part that we need to have a formula to help us craft out the description. So step number one is follow this quest method. Q. Q is to ask a question. For example, are you looking for a health journal? Are you looking for a blood sugar tracking journal? So step 3, understand what is the problem the buyer face and state it down again. And step number 4 is E, which is example. Give the person an example that how this book can help to solve his or her problem. Number 5, okay, state the solution again. Why this book is the best. For example, this book allow you to record up to 2 years of health records. This is example. And to add your book details, the book description here, like how big is the book, what color, how many pages, all this. And don't give too much focus here. Even if you don't write, it's okay. But this is the part more for the technical aspect. People only care about the top 4 parts, like whether are you speaking to them directly. So step number 6, which is the T, this is the most important step, is to ask the customer to pull the trigger, means take action, buy the book. So a statement could be like, click the buy now button and get this book today. Yeah. And if you have a series of similar books, you can also ask the customer to check it out by stating inside the description area. Okay, so let's take a look at one of the example. Let me just give you one example. So for this book, you can see that first of all, like I mentioned, the title, who are we targeting this book for? What is this for? It's a perfect tool for what purpose? Okay, then we have a title that we repeat again. You can put something else that's similar. For our case, we can repeat again, and then we bold this question, asking the question. Then you can state a bit of a description, what this book is about, and how this book can solve the problems, and what they will get inside. This is the technical aspect. And this is the best gift any okay, this is what the best gift any child would like to scribble. Okay, so this this description is fairly good. We have actually got 2 ratings. However, there's one more part that's missing. So okay, this description itself you can further improve by adding click here to buy now. Do you understand what is going on? Okay, sure. Okay, no problem. So let's see another example. Okay, so this one is a diabetes logbook for women. Okay, about 1 month plus ago. Okay, so again the title. This is the title. Who am I targeting? And this is for who? For people with type 1 and type 2 diabetes to record before and after breakfast, lunch, whatever. Okay, so I always start with a question. And start with a short description, what this book can do to help this person solve the problem, and then followed by the respective specification, and then of course click here to buy it now. Okay, and also if I have other logbook, then I'll say that check out our men's diabetes logbook as well. So this listing is good. I think she did it correctly with all the essential stuff that required to get the person to take action. Yeah, this is example, a very one good example. So let's go back. Are you okay? Just now, the one that I showed you, the example. Is there a lazy way to write copy? Okay, a lot of time we might tell ourselves after we design the interior, design the cover, think of the keywords. After that, we still need to write a description that is so-called understandable. So is there a way to write one that is without writing? I mean, there is actually, yes, there's what you can do. You can use AI bots to do it. AI bots refers to, if you understand AI itself, it's actually a bot. It's nothing just a piece of code that people already compile it and they use different words to replace whatever word that is already there. So there is this website called the qbot.com. You can go to this site and take a look. I have the steps how you can paraphrase from competitors. For 700 words, this particular tools is good enough. You can paste 700 words into this particular tools. After you paste it, this particular tools can spin the text for you. Let's take a look. Okay, this tool I found it not too long. You can sign up. It's free. No need to pay anything. You can try it out. So you can choose standard, fluency, creative. I usually use creative, and then I would just go and find one book that I want to have similar type of text. Okay, probably let's choose another book. We choose this book. Probably maybe Cooking Blank Journal. Okay, let's maybe take. Now I need to take this one, this particular book. So what I want to do is I just want to for example, it's not to copy what this person write, it's to have a rough idea. Okay, so the feature we want will not be like copying or what. So if this person have a good text, say for example, let's take the first sentence. I just give you a rough idea. First sentence, I go to here, I just paste it, and I just paraphrase. So paraphrase, they will generate this sentence that's similar to is a similar sentence. So the only way to guarantee a book full of your favorite recipe. So the only way to guarantee your favorite book. Okay, it might not make sense. If it is like don't make sense, you can actually search for other words to replace. So you can try this out. If not, you can actually write it out yourself. Yeah. So this is just one of the tools for people that find it challenging. So probably you can also test it out with other, let's say with other books, and see if it give you a better result. Say for example this one, there's a lot of writings or writing text. So this person actually also follow the similar concept that we do. Let's put it here. Sorry, it's 700 characters, not 700 words. No. Okay, so we paraphrase. So after you paraphrase, you read it. Does it make sense? Are you looking to store your favorite recipe perfectly? And if you read to you and it makes sense, then you can copy the whole thing. So if you give you a rough idea, if you don't know what to write or don't know how to word it, you can spin the first part, then second part you can write your own, or spin the second part, write the first part your own. So it's entirely up to your choice. This part you can try it out. I'll leave the link inside the slide. Just like a demo to you, just click the paraphrase, you paraphrase or rephrase for you, and then you can copy and paste it. Now make sure that you do bold and bullet your listing accordingly. For example, just now we saw that this particular listing, that this person actually bold this and they bullet all this. Yeah, so this is important, and again at the end they bold it again. So this one need to be followed. This method, this way of this way of writing out have a higher chance of people buying. Yeah, have higher chance. We tested already. Yes, you can. You can. It's all inside Amazon. You try it out. You have to try it out. Like I told you the process, you have to try it out to publish at least one book so that you have a full idea. Oh, actually publishing a book, I have to go through like step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. So if you understand step 1 to step 10, then you just repeat the whole thing again and again and again. And you become more and more so-called experienced, you can outsource the whole thing. So that's the approach. I'll demo this to you already. Remember that inside Amazon, there is always this thing called the Amazon 7 keyword box. Here's a 7 keyword box. Just want you to remember, okay, this 7 keyword box, let me just show you one of. Okay, this is Tangent Template. It's a paid tool. So I have this thing called the listing helper. Okay, listing helper basically help us to reuse certain listings. Say for example, we have all these listings. So I want to reuse. Say I want to reuse this one. So you all pre-filled for me. The one that I mentioned, the 7 keyword box, is exactly this one. So this 7 keyword box, we try not to repeat the words that's in the title and subtitle. So this is actually one of the tools that we use called Tangent Templates when publishing the book on KDP. Keywords here need to be unique and non-repetitive. That means the word that you put inside the 7 boxes, try to be unique and try not to keep repeating them, because if you repeat, then you miss out one chance to reach the target audience. Take note of some of the common words that you can add, especially the word like gift, birthday, Christmas, dad, mom, present, son, daughter. Depending on the books that you publish. If it's for a male, you can put a female. If it's for a boy, you can put a boy and girl. Yeah. Or you can get this keyword from the competitor listing. So if you can see competitor listing, you can check out some of the keywords that they use. Or you can use the paid tool called Publisher Rocket. Or this Amazon keyword suggestion. This is a plugin. Okay, so let me just show you the Amazon keyword suggestion. Let's go back to Amazon one more time. So Amazon keyword suggestion tool basically is a plugin. If you already install it, it's called the AMZ Suggestions Expander. Okay, it's free, just install it. So for example, I'm publishing a logbook. Maybe it's a driver logbook. This particular tool will suggest to me what kind of driver. Truck driver, student, delivery, daily, elderly, backup driver. So what other words I can use? So after I finish with driver, logbook, I'm going to put driver log A to see any words that are suitable, or driver book B, driver book C. Okay, so this A, B, C to Z is basically to let me know what are the words that people are searching for. If it's relevant to me, I'll take it out. I'll actually store it into a list. So it works this way. It can be you can repeat this for any other books that you want to get the keywords. So when we are doing all this, like the keyword, the title, the description, all this, we are trying to increase the chance of this book being found on the search engine. So when we have this book found, it's much more easier for people to make a decision, because the first thing, your book must be found first before you can have a sales to occur. And before I have a sales occur, your book must be ranked first. If your book is not ranked on that keyword, then there's no way your book can be found or be purchased by anyone. So another thing is about the this thing called the Author Central. It's a tool that's given by Amazon. Just to be aware of this. For now, right at this moment, I don't think there's a need for you to do it now. You can do it later after you publish like 5 to 10 books. The reason is because for author wise, right, if you have this and you only have one book, it looks very funny in the way that people actually want to check out more books. What are the books that you're selling? I'll leave the link over here. So make sure that you have at least 3 to 5 books before adding this particular page, and you need to add it manually. So let's take a look at this link just to give you a rough idea. So this is called the Seller Central, and from here you can actually add your author name. You can put your profile. You can write your bibliography, what you do, all these things. If you have a website, you can put your website, your email here, so you'll be seen by everybody. Then you can go to the book section. You can also sort by your most popular book, your book that have the highest customer review. You can see from here what book have the highest customer review, and also most recent review. You can sort your title, all this. You can actually add your book here. You need to manually add your book. Yeah, you need to find your book ISBN and add it here. You will not auto appear here. Yeah, so this is a tool that Amazon gave to all sellers, book sellers. So this is additional tool to help you, so that people know, oh, actually you're under this publisher name, you have a lot of other books, like book A, B, C to Z. Yeah, this is like one of the good way to get more sales and to be found. And you can manage your user author name. You can have more than one author name. If you want to use some other name, you can go ahead and use it. Amazon will not stop you. You can just use it. Like for example, you have a coloring book, then you want to brand it under this brand. You have for example, I publish Chinese book. I want to brand it under another brand. So in a way that I separate all this book, because there are some customer after you sell this book to them, if they don't like it, then they will just wherever they see your name, they won't even look at the book. Yeah. So this is one way that you also can block out competitors. If competitors saw your name and keep on trying to find out what book you publish, you can really switch to another pen name. Yeah. Okay. So connects the author central main task is to connect the author with the buyer. Because the buyer, when they buy the book, they need to know, some of them they want to know, who am I buying from? Is it from an individual or is it from a publisher? Any question for me? This is almost coming to the end of this module already. For example, any book, okay, just any book. Okay, just to let you know, if you were to do a search, any niche you want, maybe you let me know, then I'll show it to you. It's easier. Okay, for example, okay, you see, let me show you. This is still okay. This is still okay. Yeah, you see, this is still okay. This type is still okay. So if the title gets too long, let me show you to you the example. So far, this is okay. It's not too long. You see, no. This guy is not this one. You see this one. Islamic book for blah blah blah. You see, after they reach this point, it becomes dot 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 already. Yeah, so anything after the dot, will not be found. Yeah, cannot be found and will not increase your chance of people actually wanting to buy this book because it's not targeted. If you write this a few times, it's like you repeat one time already, you repeat two times, repeat three times. That means you repeat so many times. Okay, if you see properly, this person, this is the title. You don't be mistaken. This title so long. This is not the title. This semicolon is not title. It's just want to continue, and then followed by this. This one, by doing it this way, you will not be very appealing. You see, one look, I know that okay. Even though this guy don't put a subtitle, I know that this is Islam coloring book. It's very clear. It's very clear, it's very, very clear to me. This one, for example, also very clear. But this one is like, wow, which one are we selling this? ABC book, A to Z book. Which one? It's like, you want to sell to who? People will not go inside click one. People will just like that, like you and me, like that. Up, down, up, down, up, down. This one. This one, I don't know. I don't want to read too long. Then I'll go next. Yeah, then you miss the chance. Even your rank on the first page will no use. Yeah. Just to take note, just write normally as in how you will want to read it and how you will purchase something. Because by spamming all this Amazon algorithm, they are not stupid anymore. They will actually down the ranking of the book. Like see the first book, why this book is ranked so good? The title, if he's so good already, why not you just go and continue writing three to four paragraph? So because the person also know that the bots itself is reading, and they will just get smarter and smarter. That's the reason. Okay, I can say that Amazon have not 100% penalized people that stuff the title yet. However, if one day you got 1,000 book published like that, and they say that they're going to penalize you, and they give you a deadline in 2 weeks, you have to correct your title. If not, they will take down your books. So you think about it. Do you still want to do it? You have a hard time changing all the titles. So I just give you an example because this keyword stuffing things happen on a lot of e-commerce platforms as well, because I sell on e-commerce, and eventually those people that stuff the title, the listing will not be found. It will just be blocked. Yeah. So I have sent in the link. So for this same thing, it will be the same form. Request to get some feedback from you, so that I could help me to improve in the next session. Yeah, sure, no problem. Because I'm looking for feedbacks, and actually this course that you are attending, right? I will be improving it because put it that way, the whatever that you learn, it will evolve eventually. So whatever that you learn for the past 4 weeks or 5 weeks, eventually it will evolve. So it will be a continuous learning progress. And for myself, it's the same. I also keep learning every single day. And if there's anything new, I will share it with the group. Sure, sure. Just to make sure that because publishing thing is not like one shot you do everything. Unless you're like me full time, you need to cater like 1 hour or 2 hour a day. Yeah. Then you do progressively be better.